here we go. This is Priscilla. She's from Superior Spirits.
Hi.
And we have Peter, like just heard him talk about his wonderful product, the Belgrove White Rye, and everything that went into this weird serendipitous kind of spirit that's come out of it. So now let's actually give it a taste and try and convey through smell-o-vision what the hell it's like. Rightio. There we go. Now, white spirits, usually quite filtered, they don't tend to have a hell of a lot of flavour to them. Often the idea behind it is to rectify them or distill them multiple times to pull out a whole lot of the fusel alcohols, the oils, the essential kind of products that convey a lot of the base flavour. So vodka, that's why it doesn't have too much of a flavour. That and the fact that it gets filtered quite extensively. So to taste a new made spirit is not very common. You can sometimes get it at distilleries and they'll be bizarre, different from marzipan through to like fresh smashed grapes. It's so many aromas depending on how it was fermented, how it was distilled. But Peter's is a particularly interesting white spirit because it's not quite a new make and it's not quite filtered traditional white spirit. So let's kind of get into it. There we go. I mean, right on the nose, you're getting, it's almost like being whacked in the face with a freshly baked loaf of rye bread. It's really smoky and toasty.
It's also really fruity.
Yeah, it's very...
Almost smells like a mezcal or a pisco.
Exactly. There's like so many esters still hanging around in it. The ethyl ester is just... I don't know what it is about how this is being distilled, but you get everything from a chartreusey, minty herbal thing right through to the like strong, buttery, grainish. It's just...
Slightly smoky. Amazing.
It's so difficult to convey to without actually getting to taste it.
Well, the smoke a bit easy to explain because the still is direct fire. There's a flame that just licks the bottom of the still. It doesn't blast onto it, just licks the bottom of the still, and it caramelises and chars a little bit of the flour and a bit of the grain and a bit of the yeast that comes through, and that's where that's coming from. So it's not actually peat smoke. I do have a peat smoke line, but this is not. This is just
can't wait for the peat smoke line to come out.
Can't wait for that. See, this is the benefit of having the distiller here and not just me, because they actually know stuff, right? But yeah, like, let's try and give this one a taste. Anyone that's come into my bar, you'll have me usually rant about the spirit to you, because I know nothing tastes like it. It's so, so unique. I mean, Peter, I don't know how you managed to get something that has all those sorts of
flavours.
Yeah, like the normal rye flavours that are so distinguished. Any rye whiskey will taste like that, but at the same time keeping in that estery, appley, fruity component as well.
Well, that part, the fruity notes come from the what I call the sourdough mash, the sour mash, and the acids. You react with alcohols and you get esters, which are common in fruit.
Yeah. So
that's where it's coming from. You know, the fermenter, sometimes I'll put my head in the fermenter, or I'll get visitors come and they'll have a sniff in the fermenter.
Yeah.
That smells like my breakfast this morning, which was passion fruit yogurt or banana yogurt. It just smells like that. It's not. Now the fermenter's really making beer, rye beer, but it actually smells more like fruity yogurt.
And it does smell strangely like a little bit lactic, like fruity yogurt. Now, Priscilla's been a bit of a spirit geek, spirit nerd, way more than me, for longer than I have. Knows a lot more about this sort of stuff than me. But like, have you ever really come across something that's like that, that even comes close to ticking all the boxes that this spirit does?
Not from a grain spirit, no. Usually you get these sort of aromatic liquids from the spirit that's been made out of a fruit, usually, not from a wheat product. So no, this is amazing by far. It plays so well in cocktails, but even just as a sipping product, it's so aromatic. Yeah.
Absolutely, in cocktails for sure, like the tiniest little addition of it just brings all those esters and smoky notes.
And this product sits at 40% ABV, alcohol by volume?
Yes, that's what I cut it down to that. When it comes out of the still, it's up over 60%, but you know, for bottling, I bring it down to 40% because if a lot of people are not really familiar with drinking spirits, if you give them anything at 60%, they'll just,
I'm sure there would be a lot more flavour in there.
Yes, yeah. But the alcohol, you know, kills your taste buds a bit too much if you're not used to drinking it at that strength.
Tell us a little bit more about the production methods you've used. You've used a bit of traditional methods from the Scotch whisky and beer making side of things.
Yeah, look,
as well as the Irish.
It's a bit of everything. I just sort of plucked a little bit here and a little bit of there. Initially, I started out learning about the way the Scottish distilleries work, where they get their malted grain, they grind it and put a hot water to extract the sugar out of it. But then the Irish do a similar thing, except the traditional Irish method is to use some raw grain that hasn't been malted. So I'm using that, so it's a little bit of Irish there because I've got unmalted grain. And the malt that I use, I was going to use barley originally as the source of my malt and my enzymes, but then I thought, well, maybe I'll malt my own, so I started malting my own rye and just decided, yeah, this is good. It was easy to do, and I thought, well, when you make malt, you grow the grain until little sprouts start to come out, and then you put it in the kiln to stop it.
And that's germination?
That's germinated and produced enzymes and starting to turn the starch into sugar. And I thought, right, I'll kiln that, I'll work out how to build a kiln to dry it. But then I thought, well, the next day I've got to go around and grind that up and add water to it again. So I thought, well, why bother drying? So I decided I just stop the malting process. That's what you had to do, to stop it, otherwise the little plant will consume all the sugar you want. Yes. So I thought, oh, I know how to stop that. I'll just put it through a meat mincer. It'll stop growing instantly. So it goes through the meat mincer.
And that saves a lot of energy as well.
Saves a lot of energy. Malt production of dry malt is very energy intensive. It produces a lot of carbon dioxide, not good for the environment. But yeah, just grow it, use it green. There's very little energy used in running a meat mincer.
Yeah. So that's fantastic. Found another way to save both time, energy and money on a process that is kind of steeped in tradition. So many whiskey producers wouldn't even dare trying to not malt their grain, but you've sort of discovered the way to just kind of bypass it completely. Like get right to getting the most out of the product that you can, and it's produced some kind of, I don't know, liquid gold. This stuff is actually really amazing.
Perhaps because there's no carbon emissions.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like it's been cold pressed.
Yeah, in other languages, cold pressed.
Yes. Absolutely. So, there you have it. There'll be some links, probably in the little comment notes and what have you. If you want to find out where to get this from, just follow those, or otherwise email me, therealboozebaron@gmail.com, and I'll just put you in touch with Priscilla. Can get this stuff into your bar, into your home, whatever it takes. It is a truly unique spirit and something that,
very unique Australian native spirit.
Yeah, it's just not been made anywhere else in the world like this. So, talk to you soon.